You don't want them to have access to food? Do you not want them to have... You know what they're going to do? They're going to end up stealing. And there's going to be more prisoners. Oh, that's so smart. That's so smart. Yeah, you're stunting American growth. You're stunting American growth, and my generation's getting fucked because of you. And I'm sick and tired of it. People have like this, oh, but, you know, there's so many people who, you know, for their SNAP benefits, they use it, but they don't actually need it. And this, I don't give a shit. I don't care. I don't care if a few of them use the system. Everyone's going to use the system. Guess what? Trump is using the system so that his fellow rich people can have tax cuts. So why can't people have food? Why is it, please, someone explain to me, that why is it us and Israel, out of the UN, are the only two countries that believe that food is not a given right? Why? Tell me. I don't understand. I don't understand you Trumpies. I don't understand you people. Okay? How can you not care about other people? Do something about it. I'm ready to fight. I'm ready. Like, if I need to, I'll defend what I believe is morally right.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So we got to follow up on our coverage of the trend involving high-calorie women who are living on welfare, lashing out at President Trump because of the changes that he's making to some of the welfare programs that they depend on, like Medicaid and SNAP, okay? As you guys saw at the beginning of this video, you had a woman who was very upset, okay, with the fact that there are going to be SNAP cuts, right? Basically, they're saying, look, we're going to have work requirements, okay? You're going to have to be required to work in order to receive SNAP benefits, okay? And a lot of people don't like that because they don't feel like they should have to work in order to receive government handouts. They really believe that they should just be able to live off the government and to make bad decision after bad decision after bad decision that cost taxpayers money. And you're a bad person if you say, nah, I don't want to support that, right? So yeah, we got to talk about this video that I want to react to, a video that quite honestly has left me speechless, right? For the last few hours, I've been thinking very hard about this video, and it bothers me, right? I am legitimately triggered by what we're about to witness here, guys, because it involves a woman who apparently has 9 kids, and she has over $2,000 worth of food stamps, right? So she's receiving a lot of government benefits, and as far as I know, I don't think she has a job. But honestly, I mean, even if she does have a job, she's still getting a lot of food stamps per month. So clearly, the job is not enough to pay the bills, okay, and to stay off of the government. No baby daddy in sight. She has at the very least one, okay, multiple baby daddies, likely, okay. I'm talking about multiple, very likely. Yeah.
Hey y'all. Okay, so let's do a story time about with my first pregnancy, how I hid it from my parents. Okay, so boom. Let me tell y'all how it happened. So I was talking to the boy I met on Facebook. Mind y'all, I'm 15 at the time. So I was talking to the boy that I met on Facebook, and you know, boom, bam. So calling ourselves in a little relationship or whatever. So at the time, I was 15. I was finna be 16. And I told him I was 15, finna be 16. So I was like, how old are you? So he was like, he was 18.
Why did I have as many kids as I had? Because I wanted to start my own family. And I wanted a big family. No, I did not plan my kids. I did not plan none of my kids. It just happened. I planned one of my kids, and that was 80. Anybody else was not playing. It just happened. Honestly, I like to okay? We being realistic here. I like to and it just happened. I didn't go up the road. I didn't, you know, unalive them. Didn't get an abortion. I didn't do that. I chose to keep them. I believe in you lay down to make them, lay down and take care. Stand up and take care. Be a woman and take care of your kids.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Again, I'm speechless, right? I am speechless at what is happening in this country right now, it makes me really, really, really mad, right? To be honest with you, okay? I'm very, very, very upset because what you have here is a young woman who, at points in time, she's been homeless, okay? So she's living in poverty, but yet she is continuing to lay up and to have children, okay? Have children. Now, again, I don't know who is getting this woman pregnant, right? I think at this point, she may be doing hit and runs, right? She might be getting dudes drunk and then hitting and running, right? I think that's the only possible explanation that I can come to at this point. But she's claiming that you have them, you got to take care of them. The only problem is that she's not really taking care of them because she is not providing for them. The government is providing for them. Taxpayers are providing for them, okay? Taxpayers are providing for these kids, okay? Evidence by the fact that she is going to go on this EBT grocery haul where she's going to spend $1,000 on snacks because of President Trump's push to have people eat healthier, right? Particularly people who are on SNAP benefits. They got to have to eat healthier, okay? And that's going to be started in 2026. Some states are going to be allowed to prohibit candy, soda, energy drinks, and other ultra-processed foods. And again, they're pushing states to do this. So I guess in preparation for that, she is going to the store and buying a bunch of snacks with food stamps. So again, let's go ahead and get into this.
So YouTube, this your girl Quay, and yes, we at Sam's doing the shopping haul. So y'all come along with us and let's get some stuff out of Sam's. I'm really just gonna be a very short video, just a little tic-tac, boom bam, you feel me? But yeah, y'all, let's get into it. They got some animal crackers for $8.98, so we just gonna grab one of these. So yeah, my kids like Nutri-Grain bars, so they for a box of 30 seeds for $9.98. So we gonna grab that. We gonna put it on. So yeah, we already started shopping. So we got some chips, some blow pop for the kids, some little bites, some hot chips, some fruit snacks, some gushers, some powdered donuts, oatmeal pies, some honey buns, and yeah. So let's get it. Essential Crunch here. A box of 2 bags for 49 ounces for $7.98. So we're gonna grab one of those, and they got Frosted Flakes for $7.88, and we're gonna grab one of those. Let's go down the season aisle. So at Sam's, I come here and I get the big old seasoning salt. So I'm gonna grab one of those, and it is for $6.68, which is a good price. And yeah, let's see what else we need. So yeah, that's what we're gonna grab from the season out. That's the only thing I'm gonna get out of here. They got some olive oil for $11.48, so we're gonna grab one of these. Yeah, yellow rice, and they got it for $5.78, so we're gonna grab one of those. Like I said, y'all, the video is not gonna be long. It's gonna be a short video. So we're gonna grab this pack right here for $7.98. It's actually on sale. It's just saving $1. So we're gonna grab one of these with 2 ketchup, mustard, and sweet relish. Get some of this ranch right here for $12.48, and that's the Hidden Valley for $12.48, 2 packs. Yeah. So they got the Velveeta macaroni cheese, shell macaroni cheese for $14.98. I usually don't buy these, but I ran out of macaroni cheese, and I went to my sister's house and got this, and she had it, and it tastes pretty good. So I'm gonna grab a case of those. The twins like the ravioli, so we're gonna grab 2 cases of those for the twins. So they got spaghetti noodles, $5.48 for 6 packs of spaghetti noodles. So we're gonna go with those. Some of this regular spaghetti sauce, we're gonna grab one of these. It's a 3-pack for $8.98. So yeah, that's a steal. People grab one of these mashed potatoes. I don't know how much it is quite yet. I'm gonna grab 2 boxes of these because we go through mashed potato like it ain't nothing. And we're gonna get 2 cases of these. I don't know how much it is, but we're gonna get 2. We're gonna get a case of these green beans. We're gonna be 8 cans in a pack. So we're gonna get 2 of these. I'm gonna grab one of the serve, and the serve running for $6.78. So we're gonna get one of those. $6.78. We're gonna get one of these. We're gonna just the marshmallow, y'all, for $7.98. So yes, I'm gonna get a box of those. So we're gonna grab a box of Frito Pepper for $6.48. Box of Fruit Loops, $8.58. Captain Crunch berries.
Yeah. So you get the gist of what's going on here. It's infuriating. It really is. $1,000 worth of junk. The only vegetable that this woman bought was in a can. No raw meat. No actual fresh fruits and no veggies in sight. Just a bunch of sugary junk. And then, again, people why is it that we have an obesity crisis in this country? Why is it that the people who are on SNAP, who are on EBT, who are on food stamps, why is it that they're overweight? It's because they're allowed to go to the store and to buy junk. And some people say, well, she's buying the food for her kids. She got to feed her kids. Yeah, but why is it that the father is not being forced to feed these kids? I think the father or fathers, right, that allow this, right, that allow this, they should be prosecuted. I'm so serious. If you're not taking care of, if your kids are living off EBT food stamps, you go get one of these pregnant, and you're not taking care of it, I think that you should be prosecuted. Because this is a drag on society. So I just want you guys to understand how much, I guarantee you, there's no doubt in my mind, this woman and her family probably cost taxpayers at least $50,000 to $100,000 a year. There's no doubt in my mind. Why do I say that? Because again, getting over $2,000 worth of food stamps a month, that's $24K a year right there. Probably getting housing assistance, Section 8, more money. Also on top of that, probably on Medicaid. So being on Medicaid plus also being a person of high calorie probably means that they're going to the doctor a lot, right? Especially considering the fact that they don't eat healthy, okay? Not a vegetable in sight, not a fruit in sight, okay? So that means that they're probably seeing the doctor a lot, which is also something we got to pay for. When you got private insurance, when you're financially responsible, well, what happens? Well, we got to pay more, not just in the fact that we got to pay for insurance, right? And these people don't, okay? Which we are subsidizing that with our taxpayer dollars, but also on top of that, because of the fact that Medicaid pays these hospitals, these doctors' offices less, okay? We have to pay more when we go, aka they price gouge people with private insurance in order to make up for what they don't get from the Medicaid patients. That's how it works. So again, when you talk about total taxpayer benefits going to this woman, she's probably getting $50,000 to $100,000 a year. Mainly because of the choices that she made. When you talk about, again, being a person of high calorie status, having 9 kids, not a baby daddy in sight. Clearly, they're not being taken care of. But we got to foot the bill for this. Right? We got to pay for it. And again, you're a bad person if you say, nah, we should have to pay for this. Why should we pay for this as a society? It should be the father's responsibility to feed these kids. Why are they not on the hook? Why is it that it is okay for these people to continue to lay up and to have children and they can't take care of them, can't feed them? I'm just, again, I'm speechless. Like this frustrates me so much. Especially consider how Democrats, again, who do they appeal to? They appeal to these type of people. Instead of being honest, instead of having honest conversations, saying that, no, stop. We cannot as a society condone this. This is not something that should be okay in America. This woman is technically in poverty. But yet, look, clearly she's not going hungry, right? That she has an excess of calories for her and her kids, right? I'm at a point, well, I think for SNAP, in order to qualify for SNAP, there has to be a weight limit, right? Look, at some point, people got to say, listen, you got to starve a little bit, right? You got to starve a little bit before you can get on SNAP. Because you got an excess of calories. You need to lose a few pounds first, okay? Before you can get on SNAP. Because clearly, calorie intake is not a problem, right? It's not an issue. But again, I just want people to understand, when Democrats are boohoo whining and crying about, the cuts to welfare, this is what they're crying over. This is what they're crying over. Again, if Trump says, hey, we cut your food stamps off, I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to shed one tear. Not for an individual like this. And people say, well, how the kids gonna eat? Well, that's the father's problem. Oh, well, you're a mean person. No, I'm not. Are we gonna continue to incentivize this type of behavior? Or as a society, we're gonna say, nah, we can't continue to subsidize this, right? Because again, if it wasn't subsidized, it wouldn't happen. The only reason she was comfortable enough to sit up and have 9 kids, right, is because she knew that the government would take care of her. She knew it. She knew that, well, if I had 9 kids, I ain't gonna have to work. I'm gonna get food stamps. I'm gonna get rental assistance. That's the only way. Because otherwise, people don't make these decisions when they know that, okay, well, if I had 9 kids, the government is not gonna take care of me, right? Let me make sure before I have 9 kids that I'm having kids by a father who actually can take care of the kids, okay? And I'm not just laying up and having kids because, in her words, she likes to F a lot, right? Words out her own mouth. I had these kids, I just like to F. Again, a man who does not take care of their kids, that allows their kids to live off the government after impregnating these women, again, they should be locked up. I'm serious. Like that's a crime against society. So again, I can't just blame her. I also have to point to, again, the men, right? How is this possible? Why do you allow this? As a man, you should be ashamed of yourself just allowing this. You should not be allowing your kids to live off the government. But this is where we are. This is where we are. And again, this is why I just find it hard to feel bad when the Republicans say, hey, we're going to tighten up some of these benefits, right? We're going to cut back on the Medicaid. We're going to cut back on the SNAP because we need to cut back. We need to. We can't have this. People work too hard. There are people who get up every single day at 5 a.m. and they work 12-hour shifts every day to get after it, right? To get something, to make something out of themselves in life, to take care of themselves and their families, and they don't get any benefits from the government. They work too hard to have people living off the government who refuse to get a job, who refuse to work, who refuse to make good decisions, right? Who refuse to be responsible when it comes to having children. There's people who work way too hard in this country for this type of stuff. And I just don't feel that our tax dollars should be forced to support it. So I'm all about cuts, right? That's why I said they need to cut more. They need to cut until stuff like this is not possible, right? Cutting to stuff like this is not possible. If stuff like this is possible, that means there's more to cut. I'm just saying. When stuff like this is not possible, then you know the social safety net is where it needs to be. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.